Welcome to today's Explainer. We have the absolute privilege of paying tribute to an incredibly versatile, deeply beloved actor. We're going to look closely at the man behind the icon, exploring the truly remarkable cinematic legacy of Sam Neill. Over 100 films and television productions spanning 5 incredible decades. One absolute legend. It's honestly kind of hard to wrap our heads around that sheer volume of work, isn't it? For over 50 years, he maintained this steady, deeply respected presence on our screens. He built a career with a level of longevity and scale that, quite frankly, very few actors ever actually managed to achieve. Now, for millions of people around the globe, he's always going to be associated with one incredibly famous piece of wardrobe. Okay, let's dive into this. We have to ask ourselves, who was the actual man behind the iconic hat of Dr. Alan Grant? To really understand the human being himself, we first need to look at the role that literally changed everything for him. Section 1. The face of a franchise, a global breakthrough. We are, of course, talking about Dr. Alan Grant, this iconic paleontologist character in Steven Spielberg's 1993 blockbuster, Jurassic Park, totally defined an era of cinema. His performance here was nothing short of legendary. And this specific 93 film didn't just do well at the box office, it absolutely exploded. It became one of the highest-grossing movies of its entire time. Almost overnight, it cemented his name in cinema history and made Sam Neill a household name in literally every corner of the world. But his Jurassic legacy wasn't just some one-off event. After that original 1993 masterpiece, he stepped back into this beloved world over the years. He returned to the role for Jurassic Park 3, and then again years later for Jurassic World Dominion. By coming back to this universe, he introduced the steadfast, calm character of Dr. Grant to entirely new generations of fans. He made absolutely sure his place was secured as a constant presence in a franchise spanning decades. Section 2. Early Life and Beginnings, the Origin Story. So let's rewind the clock a bit. His story actually begins in 1947 in Omagh, Northern Ireland, though his childhood was primarily shaped by New Zealand, where his family moved and where he was raised. Fun fact, he was actually a student of English literature before he ever even pursued a career in acting. By the 1970s, he started taking roles in local New Zealand films and television. His natural, effortless acting ability quickly grabbed attention, opening doors to international cinema, which, as we know, ultimately culminated in that massive 1993 global breakthrough. It was a fascinating, very deliberate climb up the cinematic ladder. Section 3. Beyond the Dinosaur Parks, the Master of Versatility. Now, what's truly remarkable here is the sheer range of genres he mastered. While Jurassic Park made him famous, his immense versatility is what really built his legacy. Think about this lineup. We have intense dramas like The Piano and Dead Calm, we've got absolutely terrifying sci-fi in Event Horizon, and blockbuster thrillers like The Hunt for Red October. Then there's his brilliant comedic timing in the quirky, beloved hit Hunt for the Wilder People, right alongside gripping roles in Possession, the fantasy epic Merlin, and the gritty TV drama Peaky Blinders. He seamlessly, and I mean seamlessly, moved from blockbuster action to prestige television and independent cinema. That versatility is the real game changer here. Because of this incredible range, he racked up numerous awards and worldwide recognition across the entire film industry, spanning both indie cinema and television. His calm screen presence, plus his unparalleled dedication to storytelling, earned him profound respect from his peers. He wasn't just a movie star, he was a true craftsman who elevated every single project he touched. Section 4. The Winemaker and Man, a Grounded Human. Let's slow down for a second and look at his life off screen. You have this brilliant contrast. On one hand, the internationally celebrated Hollywood star walking global red carpets, and on the other, the peaceful New Zealand vineyard owner. This juxtaposition beautifully tells you everything you need to know about his core values. He deeply loved nature, farming, and winemaking. Away from the flashing cameras and international premieres, he found his real joy in the quiet of his vineyard, so generously sharing glimpses of his peaceful countryside life with his fans. Beyond all the fame, anyone who crossed his path knew him for his kindness, his amazing humor, and a truly remarkable humility. He maintained a consistently positive attitude no matter what. He was universally loved, not just for the characters he played, but for the genuine warmth of his personality. By all accounts, he was a wonderfully humble human being who never, ever let massive global fame disconnect him from his roots. But that famously positive attitude was put to the absolute ultimate test. In 2023, he bravely revealed a diagnosis of a rare form of blood cancer.
But even in the face of this deeply challenging health journey, his spirit remained completely unbroken. He underwent treatment and just kept working with this incredible, inspiring determination. Through his openness and his relentlessly positive attitude during that time, he inspired millions of people going through their own struggles.
Section 5. A legacy etched in film. The final act. Tragically, in July 2026, Sam Neill passed away at the age of 78. His passing marked the end of a truly extraordinary acting career. It was a profound, heavy loss for the cinematic world, closing the book on a life that heavily influenced generations of filmmakers and audiences around the globe. The global reaction was just overwhelming. Heartfelt tributes poured in from actors, directors, filmmakers, friends, and fans worldwide. And this brilliantly illustrates how he was remembered. They remembered him simply but profoundly as a brilliant performer, a humble human being, and one of the greatest actors of his generation. That sentiment right there perfectly captures his professional genius right alongside his personal grace. Sam Neill's journey from a young guy studying English literature in New Zealand to an internationally celebrated star is a story of passion, dedication, and excellence that absolutely remains timeless. Although he's no longer with us, his extensive films and the unforgettable characters he brought to life guarantee, without a doubt, that future generations will continue to discover and appreciate his remarkable talent for many, many years to come. So, looking back at this incredible 50-year career, I want to leave you with this question. Which of Sam Neill's unforgettable characters are you going to introduce to the next generation? Will it be the calm expertise of Dr. Grant, the intensity of his dramatic roles, or maybe his brilliant comedic timing? I highly encourage you to actively keep his incredible legacy alive by sharing his extensive, beautiful body of work. Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer today.